This system that I've been working on has allowed us to scale from zero, no placements, no nothing, and no background in music production necessarily besides being hobbyists, to a $10,842 a month. I believe in this system because I know that it works for beginners. It works for people that have no brand or presence. And it works even better for people who are already established. And I know you guys are not going to have the attention span to get through this video, so before I get into the reason, I want to show you this in action. So, I'm going to click this button, and in this spreadsheet, the leads will appear. So now when I magically click this button, the leads start appearing in the spreadsheet. I clicked this button 3 times, and within I don't even know how many minutes that was, less than 5 or 10 minutes, we're at 56, 56 leads with sample compliments that you can use to remove the dissonance of having to overthink about what you actually say, when all you need to do is send them a compliment to start the conversation and let them know that you exist. This is all you're doing at the start. So you just need a clear system that can generate you the leads, where you don't have to go through all of the heartache I'm about to show you to start conversations. I also need you to understand the mindset you need to adopt if you want to scale as a music producer selling your music production services. If you get stuck in the idea that you're doing all these tasks manually, one by one, you will never reach the goals that you have. You will always be stuck doing monotonous bot tasks that could be outsourced or could be automated to give you more mental energy to focus on building relationships that are meaningful with the artists that you're working on. And if you think that this is not authentic or whatever, you're reaching out to all these artists. I guarantee you maybe 70 to even 80% of these people will never get back to you. The start of this game is not personal. You are reaching out to people that will never respond to you, even if you put your heart and soul into the message. It is only after you hop on a call or get in a session with an artist where I would say the meaningful relationship and the artist-producer relationship can really begin. These systems help you get there. If you get stuck in doing all these tasks manually, you will never get to that stage. It will not be manageable. It's a volume game at the start, and that's a harsh reality of this thing. And if you can't adopt the mindset to outsource or automate, you will never make it. Because you need to be a certain type of person to commit to doing these things manually. I was doing these things manually for 6 to 8 months, almost a year, before I finally had the courage to switch to this system. And let me tell you, I don't think many people are cut out to do what I did. You have to have the dog in you to stick to doing something that monotonous and bot-like. And if you don't have that in you, I don't think you're cut out for it, which is why you would need something like this in the first place. If you're a producer who likes to make music, I like doing the music stuff, I don't really like doing the business stuff, I think this is especially made for you then, because it removes you from having to do a lot of these things. And if you are a producer that likes the business stuff, then I think you're going to like this even more because of how cool this is. This shit is like Minecraft Redstone in real life for producers. So why do we need to become the lead generation final boss? I need you to understand the necessity for me to solve this problem for myself. In 2019, I was diagnosed with a macular degenerative disease known as Stargardt's disease, which is slowly deteriorating my central vision. This means that when I look at screens for way too long, or if I have to focus on something for too long, it causes me intense migraines. So let's flash back to the start of maybe mid last year when I was doing all of this manually. I was spending maybe 4 hours just trying to find people to message, and then on top of that, staring at a screen for another 4 hours intensely to make sure that I was sending the messages correctly and following Meta's regulations. What this caused me every day was a migraine that would last between 4 to 6 hours, that would just completely kill my ability to focus. And honestly, there was a deep pain for me to figure out a way. There were 12 plus hour days of doing all these manual tasks that made me feel like a bot. It made me feel like a bot. It made me feel angry that I had to do this. It made me feel upset. There was a pain in my stomach that would happen every single night because I knew the next day I would have to do the same thing again. Now, let me potentially relate this to your situation as a producer. You may have an ideal customer profile where you make music in a certain genre and you want to find artists in that genre. So what do? You might go on Spotify and you might find an artist relatively small, add them to a playlist, and then all of a sudden the algorithm starts giving you more songs and artists who are of a similar level. Let me also potentially describe how this might make you feel. You might be sitting there for maybe 5 minutes at a time, listening through songs to potentially add them to your list of leads to message, only to find out when you find a song that is actually sick, you go onto their Spotify and there's no way to contact them because they don't have their Instagram available. So now you spent maybe 5 to 6 minutes listening to music and realizing you can't even message the person that you want to message. And that really pissed me off when that happened. Or you might use Producer Fury. But the problem with Producer Fury is the leads that they're giving you, everybody is messaging them. Every single producer is messaging the same lead. So those people are getting absolutely rinsed, and they're probably absolutely sick of receiving messages from producers who are trying to sell them production services. Let's also say that you finally actually found someone that you want to message, and you got their Instagram, you spent the 5 to 10 minutes finding them, and you opened up their Instagram, and then now what happens? You go to message them, and then there's this feeling like, oh, I don't even know what to say to them, and then you get stuck. So you're here another 5 to 10 minutes, potentially, coming up with a message that is super personalized for them, and you're trying super hard to make a compliment so that they respond to you. And then so you finally hit send, and what happens? They don't respond to you. This made me feel like a bot, like a Joe bot. I was a Joe bot doing bot tasks, and I thought there must be a better way than what I'm currently doing, because I feel like I'm a bot right now, and not the cool ones like a rusty clanker like this photo here of me as a Joe bot. And maybe if you're in a situation like this, what happens in a year from now when you're still manually generating leads the same way and you're still having the same problems that you have a year from now? How would that make you feel? But what if there was something better than this? What if there was a way to solve this pain? At the start of the video, I showed you the automation, the system that I created to solve my problems, to solve the migraines, to solve the anger, to solve the sadness and the imminent feeling of doom. Every fucking morning I had to wake up and do the same shit every day, and became JoeBot in the morning. I'm going to show you the theory of how this works, so at least you know how it works and you can kind of take the theory and adapt it to your own system, or you can reach out to me on Instagram and I can install the system for you. But I want to give you some game at least. So let's go through the theory. How does this work? Why does this work? So a long time ago, when I was trying to solve this problem, I came across a video on YouTube that gave me this search prompt that I could put into Google. And what would happen when I put this search prompt into Google was that it would show me Instagram search results. So let's go into Google and paste this and let's see what comes up. So what's happening is you're getting Google search results for Instagram singers through the keywords that we're using. So it's essentially SEO to find artists of your ICP. This is really cool because you can target specific suburbs. So let's say you live in a certain city or a country and you want to work with people in your local area. You can use this system to find people even in your specific suburb. And Producer Fury can't do that. The Spotify algorithm method can't do that. With this system, you can find people in your neighborhood if you wanted. Or you can target the richest suburbs in the world, which is something I've tried in the past. Or you can target the people in your dream location. Let's say you want to move somewhere in the future and make a living and do production there. You can start reaching out to that specific location. So when you do move there, you've already got a clientele and a reputation of making music within this region. So I already showed you the result, but essentially what it's doing, my system is dynamically using Google search results to get all the results and data and put them into a concise Google Doc with a sample complement that you can use to message them. It's very simple. But it was not simple to set up. This is the part of the infomercial where if you stuck around, they say, but wait, there's more, because there is fucking more. It gets better than that. Well, now that I'd solved the lead generation part of this issue for myself, there was still the issue that I felt like a bot. I felt like I was JoeBot. And you're probably feeling like you're your own bot right now when you do all this. So now we ascend to AscendDM. AscendDM is cool because you have all these messages and you can use the Ascend software to use your Instagram account to automatically send the first message to people. This is where this comes in. This just automates the whole game like it's fucking Minecraft Redstone. So you can see here that it launches the browser for you. It opens the message request, and with using the sample data, it can send a message on your behalf. So you can go to the gym or whatever, or be in a session, and you can just have this going in the background. It's like Minecraft Redstone. Like, there's levels to this. There's freedom in this. There's better ways to do this. There's better ways to save your mental energy. And I wish I had this when I started. That was a demo video of me recording how it works, and my fingers were not on the keyboard, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. And obviously the results, you saw the results. The pain that this solved for me was immeasurable. I felt like a freaking bot, dude. Like, I felt like a bot. I was doing monotonous tasks doing the same thing on repeat for more than fucking 8 hours in a day. Like, that is literally the definition of like an automation or a bot. Like, I was a human bot. And although, yeah, you can get these results for doing it manually, but you're going to be in a lot of pain, and you're going to hate life, I guarantee you, if you want to get to this level. I wrote this, but obviously I know how this is going to help your workflow, and I will probably make a video like a tutorial on how you can actually do this. But in the meantime, if you want to know how it could be personalized for your system, or you even just have any questions about it, send me a DM, and if you want me to install it for you, I can install it for you. We're going to be on the cutting edge of automation in music production while all these other producers are doing all these things manually and being JoeBots. They're being rusty clankers. So if you don't want to be a rusty clanker, then I think you should send me a DM.